Mia, have you ever found something so old it felt like it was waiting for you?
What do you mean?
Last weekend, I was cleaning my grandfather's house, and in an old wooden box under some photos, I found a small leather book.
A book? What kind of book?
A diary. His diary from when he was a young sailor.
Wait, your grandfather was a sailor?
Yes, long ago, before I was born, and I never knew this diary existed.
So what did you do?
I sat on the floor and I started reading.
And? What did it say?
The first page had a date in just one sentence.
What sentence?
Today, the sea looked angry. I think this trip will change me.
Wow, that's a powerful first line.
I know. I couldn't stop reading after that.
Tell me more, Alex. What happened next in the diary?
The next pages talked about his first week on the ship. He was young, maybe 19?
Was he scared?
Very scared. He wrote, "I don't know anyone here. Everyone speaks fast. I understand only half of what they say."
That sounds familiar, actually.
Right? It felt like learning a new language all over again, even though he spoke English.
What do you mean?
Ship life had its own words, its own expressions. He didn't know any of them.
Give me an example.
Okay, one night there was a big storm. The captain shouted something to him.
What did the captain say?
All hands on deck.
And your grandfather understood that?
No, he froze. He thought, hands? What hands? Whose hands?
Oh, no.
He just stood there, confused, until an older sailor grabbed his arm and pulled him outside.
What happened then?
The sailor shouted, "It means everyone! Get outside now!"
Oh, so it just means everyone needs to come and help.
Exactly. All hands on deck means every single person needs to come and work together right now, no delay.
That's such a strong phrase. It feels urgent just hearing it.
It is urgent. And after that night, my grandfather never forgot it.
So after that storm, did he start understanding more?
Slowly, yes. He wrote about it almost every day. New words, new expressions.
Like what?
One day, an older sailor told him, "Keep your eyes peeled."
Keep your eyes peeled? Like a fruit?
That's exactly what my grandfather thought too.
So what does it actually mean?
It means watch carefully. Pay close attention. Don't look away.
Oh, so if danger is near, you keep your eyes peeled?
Exactly. You watch the sea. You watch the sky. You don't relax for 1 second.
That makes so much sense on a ship. Anything could happen.
Right. And my grandfather started using that phrase too. He wrote, "Today I kept my eyes peeled for storm clouds."
He was becoming a real sailor.
Slowly, word by word, mistake by mistake.
Alex, did the diary only talk about the ship or also his feelings?
Both. Some pages were really emotional. He missed his family a lot.
That must have been hard. Far from home, surrounded by strangers.
Yes. One night he wrote, "Tonight I feel really down. I miss my mother's cooking."
Feel down? What does that mean?
It means feeling sad, a little depressed, not energetic.
Oh, like feeling low?
Exactly. Feeling down means feeling low, sad, without much energy.
Did anyone notice he felt down?
Yes, actually. An older sailor named Joe noticed, and he said something simple.
What did he say?
"Hey, chin up. The first months are always the hardest."
Chin up? What does that mean?
It means stay positive. Don't give up. Lift your head and keep going.
Oh, I love that. Chin up. It even sounds encouraging.
It really does. And my grandfather wrote, "Joe told me to keep my chin up. I will try."
That's such a sweet moment between two strangers.
It really touched me too, reading it generations later.
You know what's interesting, Alex? The more stories people listen to like this, the easier English starts feeling.
Exactly. Because you're not memorizing words, you're living inside a moment. And the words just stick.
That's why we keep making these story episodes. If you're enjoying this one, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next story.
Okay, back to the diary, because it's about to get really interesting.
Oh, good. I was waiting for that.
A few months later, the ship arrived at a new port. My grandfather was so excited.
His first time at a foreign port?
Yes, and he wanted to buy something for his mother, a small gift.
That's so sweet.
He walked into a small shop, and the shopkeeper asked him something.
What did the shopkeeper say?
Can I help you find anything in particular?
And what did your grandfather say?
He understood help and find, but not in particular. So he just said,
What did he say?
He said, yes, particular, please.
Oh, no.
The shopkeeper looked confused, then smiled kindly and said, are you looking for something specific?
Specific? Like a certain thing?
Exactly. In particular means something specific, something exact, not just anything.
So the shopkeeper was asking, do you want a certain type of gift?
Yes. And once my grandfather understood, he said, yes, something for my mother. Maybe a scarf.
And did he find one?
He did. A beautiful blue scarf. He wrote, today I bought something in particular. A gift for my mother. I am proud of this small victory.
That's such a small moment, but it feels huge.
It really does. Every little success builds confidence.
Alex, did he ever become close with anyone on the ship, like a real friend?
Yes, Joe. The same sailor who told him to keep his chin up.
Tell me about their friendship.
They started talking every night after work. Joe taught him so many expressions.
Like what?
One night, my grandfather looked really tired, and Joe said, you look wiped out.
Wiped out? Like cleaned?
That's what my grandfather thought too at first.
So what does it mean?
It means extremely tired, completely exhausted, no energy left at all.
Oh, like after a really long day.
Exactly. And my grandfather replied, yes, I am wiped out. This work is hard.
And Joe understood completely, I'm guessing.
Yes, because every sailor felt wiped out sometimes. It became a word they used almost daily.
It's amazing how friendship can teach language faster than any book.
That's exactly what happened. Joe became his translator, his friend, and his teacher all at once.
Alex, did anything really difficult happen during the trip? Something that changed him?
Yes. Near the end of the diary, there's an entry that really struck me.
What happened?
There was a really dangerous storm. Worse than the first one. The captain had to make a quick decision.
What kind of decision?
He shouted, we need to call it now.
Call it? Like, call someone?
My grandfather thought the same thing at first.
So, what does it mean?
Call it means to make a final decision, to officially decide something, especially when there's pressure.
So the captain was deciding something important quickly.
Yes, he decided to turn the ship around to avoid the worst part of the storm.
That sounds intense.
It was. My grandfather wrote, the captain called it. We turned back. I have never felt fear like that before.
That must have been terrifying.
But also, it taught him something important.
What?
That sometimes the bravest decision is knowing when to stop.
That's such a powerful lesson. Alex, how does the diary end? Does he ever go home?
Yes. The last few pages talk about the ship finally returning.
How did he feel?
Excited, nervous, different. He wrote, "I am not the same person who left months ago."
That gave me chills.
Me too, honestly. He learned so much, not just about the sea, about people, about himself.
And about English, in a way.
Exactly. Words like all hands on deck, keep your eyes peeled, feeling down, chin up, wiped out, call it. They weren't lessons to him.
They were experiences.
Yes. Each phrase had a memory attached, a feeling, a person.
That's probably why he never forgot them.
Exactly, Mia. That's how real learning happens.
Alex, how did you feel after finishing the diary?
Honestly, proud and a little emotional.
That makes sense. You got to know a side of your grandfather you never knew before.
Exactly. A young man scared and far from home, slowly becoming brave, slowly understanding a whole new world.
And in a way, we just experienced a little of that journey too.
We really did. Through his words, his mistakes, his small victories.
I think that's what makes stories so powerful. They don't just teach you, they let you feel.
That's exactly it.
Well, today we sailed through quite a story.
We really did. And there are more pages left in that diary, Mia.
Oh, more stories waiting?
Many more. New ports, new storms, new friends.
And I think we know what we're doing next time.
We do. Until then, take care, everyone.
And we'll see you on the next page.
And don't forget to like, share, and
Subscribe.